So the miserable weather continues. Let's make a creamy, luxurious sweet potato soup. This kind of came about because I always have the same repeat offenders rotting in the bottom of my fridge. I buy a big bag of sweet potatoes because I love them, and then I always have a couple just sitting going bad. I don't like to waste them. I'm going to use them. If you've got 2 big sweet potatoes, perfect. If you've kind of got 1 big and 2 little ones, go for the 3. So I'm just kind of showing you the amount of everything I'm starting out with. I say 3 large carrots, but you can see there, like, these are weird shaped little carrots. It looks like some creepy old lady in a Disney movie offered me them in the woods. Garlic, 2 large cloves. 2 of them are quite small, so I'm going with 3. And a red onion. I would recommend fresh ginger for this recipe, equal parts fresh ginger and garlic, but I have no fresh ginger today. Unfortunately, I'm going to use this pureed ginger. Everyone tells me it's exactly the same. I don't know why you don't love these pureed tubes. I just don't think they're the same. But listen, I'm going to use it. It's what I have. Now, if you have a soup maker, easy peasy, get everything kind of washed, peeled, chopped, throw it in your soup maker. Turn it to smooth mode. This isn't really a soup that's nice, chunky style, I'll be honest with you. And I'm a chunky soup fanatic. Go smooth. If you don't have a soup maker, come along with me and let's go through the steps in the Dutch oven. So you can use any big pot. I'm going to use my Dutch oven today. I got it as a gift and my God, am I going to use this as much as I can. Put it on a kind of a low to medium heat. Bit of extra virgin olive oil. I get the sweet potatoes chopped, just cubed and in there first. I put these in before I even start peeling my carrots because the sweet potatoes are going to need the most time to soften. So just get them in there. On top of my sweet potatoes goes my garlic cloves. Just peel them and chop them. Now you can mince them, go nuts. We're going to smooth this soup out anyway, so it really doesn't matter. Then your red onion and your carrots go in on top of this. And of course your garlic. So I'm using, your ginger. I'm using the puree ginger. So I'm just going to do a teaspoon of that. Give everything a stir. Make sure everything is coated with oil. And then a teaspoon of ground coriander. Not the fresh stuff that I love, the dry stuff. They taste so different. I'm sure the fresh stuff would be lovely as well. But this recipe really calls for dried coriander. Everything stirred, mixed, combined. Brilliant. And when it's been about kind of 8 minutes or so with the sweet potatoes on the pot, you're going to then put in your stock. I just use vegetable stock and I put in about 500 mils. Now you can get away with much more than that because the sweet potatoes are going to really thicken this soup up, but I just use 500 mils. I like my smooth soups to be so thick that it's practically a dip for my bread. So once that's come to the boil, I'm going to reduce down the heat and I'm going to let it simmer for 20 minutes. Now, once your 20 minutes passes, just do a quick test with the edge of a knife. Make sure your sweet potatoes are nice and tender. And if you're going to enjoy it straight away, fantastic. You can go in with your hand blender or you can throw it into your big blender. I let it cool, put it straight into my fridge overnight, and this is the next day. So I've heated back up the soup on the hob. So straight to the fridge overnight, then out of the fridge the next day, heat it up on the hob, and then into my blender. And here's where we put in the last ingredient. This is optional, but very, very much recommended. Coconut milk. You know the creamy coconut milk that you put in your curries? That kind. I have half a can left. I've put it in a different container to store it. Throw it in on top of your soup when it's in the blender. And just give it a whiz. About 55 seconds of blending. I only know that because when I hit blend mode, it does a countdown for me. Very convenient. Now, if you're a soup maker person, I probably forgot to say that. And if you've left the video early, you'll never know. And you're wondering why your soup is disappointing. That's why it needs the coconut milk. Look how smooth that is. It's just like silk. Now, you can put in croutons. Sometimes I just sprinkle in a little bit of rosemary. That was today. I just stirred in some rosemary. It was lovely. But let's be honest, soup without bread, it's not worth it. Now, you can get these they're Cuisine de France bread baguettes. They're so carby, so bad for you. And you get them in like a 4-pack, and you can never get through the 4 in the day, but they don't keep well. You know, they go really, really stale. I buy them super fresh, get them straight into my freezer, and then I can take them out and defrost them for sandwiches. Or you can just take this one here you see is straight from the freezer, not defrosted, and I just turn it on its side, go down with a really sharp knife with a serrated edge, 3 little discs into the toaster. Perfect amount of bread for the side of my soup, and I can rewrap that end of the baguette and put it back in my freezer, or I can let it defrost overnight and have it the next day for a sandwich. They only really take 20 minutes to defrost, but my point is you can literally just slice it straight from the freezer, toast it, butter it. Look at that. It's the perfect amount of bread to dip and bite. Penny's like a predator. Do not let your dogs have any of this soup. The ingredients are highly toxic. But if you do find yourself feeling guilty because you're enjoying the deliciousness, you can give them a corner of bread, I'm sure. We won't tell anyone. But yeah, that is my luxurious, creamy, comforting sweet potato soup. I hope you give it a try, and I hope you like it.